Hey YouTube fans, come on in and sit down. I'm going to do a reading for you. I'm Darlene. Welcome to my channel. And I'm just asking Spirit if they want me to use cards or not, and maybe not. All right, we'll see how this goes. Let me get my business out of the way. I appreciate each and every one of you that come and watch my videos. I know this is a narrow audience, so everyone is appreciated. And I am just getting started here on YouTube, so I'm very grateful for anything. Anytime you interact with my video, whether it's a like or comment or share, or especially if you subscribe, that's very, very appreciated. It helps my channel to grow, but it also tells YouTube, hey, this content is interesting, so let's show it to a broader audience. And then the message is more likely to get to the family that it's meant for. And as I said, these messages are a bit narrow, so I'm very grateful for all of that. Now, got that out of the way. Let's go into our reading today. I have a gentleman coming through, and sorry, I apologize because I normally do these in the day in front of my window, so the lighting is natural light and good. I've got a light over here because it's nighttime, and I know it's kind of distracting me. I can see the reflecting in my glasses, so I apologize. Do what you got to do, right? Anyway, I have a gentleman coming through who is, well, I'm not really sure about his age. I'm going to say 40. Could be anywhere from 35 to 50, but somewhere, you know. He was not old, he was not particularly young. And the short of it is, he died as, let me just tell the story. He had a skiing accident. He was with a group, and there was a skiing accident, and he injured his knee or his leg. But that didn't kill him. They took him off in a stretcher. They took him to the hospital. But he had an infection that was subsequent to this incident, to this injury. And he had just kind of had problems, and he never really recovered. But I'm just seeing some kind of a circulation, or when I'm doing this, I'm seeing his leg, I believe it was the lower part of his leg, and there was some kind of either circulation, or it feels like an infection that they either couldn't clear up or they didn't know was there. Anyway, it eventually led to his death, but he never really recovered after this accident. And I always ask who this reading is for, because it's kind of a blind thing I'm doing here, just throwing it out to the world and trusting that Spirit will align the person that it's meant for with the video. That's why it's so important for y'all to share these if you think you know who this story belongs to, and I'm very grateful. So anyway, this was a trip that this person went on, and I'm hearing the number 7, so I feel like it was 7 people. Now, I'm not clear if they were family or friends, but it feels more like a group of friends. This could be couples. It feels like that to me. Now, it could also have been he was just skiing with a group, but I didn't get the feeling that these were complete strangers. Maybe a couple of them were, but he knew some of these people. And one of the people that had arranged the trip, that had invited him on this trip, is who this message is meant for. And he's telling me he was depressed before this trip came up. And I don't think he wanted to go initially. I think maybe his friend knew that, maybe his friend didn't know that. But I think he suspected it. And he debated. I think in his mind, when the invitation first came up, in his mind, quietly to himself, he said, I'm not going on that, I'm not going on that. Well, no. But the more he thought about it, he got to thinking, well, you know what, I'm really not, why not? Because I don't know if I could feel worse. I feel pretty bad now, and he's not showing me specifically what he was depressed about, but I hear the word loss. So I don't know if that was a person, a place, I mean a person or a thing, or could have been a pet, could have been lost his job, could have been, I have no idea. I'm sorry. Wish I could be more specific. He's just saying there was some kind of a loss, could have been, relationship ended, something, that he was depressed and had kind of been depressed for a little while. I think it had been getting progressively worse. And again, this one friend, I think, had seen that, had observed that. It wasn't a conversation that necessarily took place between them. I guess it could have, but I don't feel that. I feel like more he just knew his friend that well, and he thought this trip would cheer him up. And I feel like maybe he'd been on a trip with at least part of this group before. It was something that maybe they did an annual friends trip together or something, or a couples trip together. So I feel like initially, again, he didn't want to go, but changed his mind, decided to go. And he's actually, this message is for the friend, because I think after the fact, the friend, once this accident happened, and kind of in hindsight, he got to feeling that it was his fault. That he felt, well, if I'd never asked him on that trip, or if I'd never nudged him to go, if I'd never, if I just kept my own nose out of his business or whatever, then this would never have happened. And so he's coming through to tell you that he doesn't want you to feel that way. He's saying you did exactly what a good friend would have done. You did for me exactly what I would have done for you. And the fact that this happened had nothing to do, he said, if it hadn't been that, it would have been something else that took me out of here. Obviously, we all have to go out of here with something. But he doesn't want you to continue to feel bad about or have guilt over this situation. He said he's just, again, adamant. In fact, he's kind of, the feeling he's giving me, and sometimes I'm not saying he feels this way, he's showing me, he's giving me a feeling so I can relate, so that I can tell the story. It's like a kind of a gut wrenching, there's something wrong that's happened, and I don't know how to make it right, and it's that kind of thing. So he's saying, please don't feel that way, number one, but I don't feel that way. He said, I never blamed you. I didn't blame you when it happened. I didn't blame you when I got sick. I didn't blame you when I died. There was nothing. He said, it never crossed my mind to blame you. It was just something that happened. Okay, let me, because I'm just going to rush to get those messages out. As a medium, it kind of feels that the energy is like, yeah, you get it, once you get kind of in that flow. Okay, let me focus back. Let's see. Is there anything else? Okay, he's saying he's, like they do, they'll come back and check on us, right? They don't leave just because they leave our physical world, but they're still with us and they check in. And so he wants me to relay this message. He sees you washing your car. I think you either got a new car recently, I believe, but it's like a sleek car, kind of the shape of a, I don't know that it is a Jaguar, but it's kind of that shape. A Jaguar sedan is the shape I'm seeing in a dark color. And doesn't have to be, don't get hung up on the brand, but anyway, a sedan. And he's kidding you because he's saying something like, you've never washed a car in your life, or you would have never washed the car before this, or you would have something. But I think he's alluding to, you did something nice for yourself because you weren't feeling good, and that was apparently buying this new car or something like that. I don't know what else it could be but that. Really, I mean, they're just showing me you in your driveway washing this car. But I don't think it's something you normally would do. You'd maybe just go to the drive-through car wash or or have somebody detail it for you. I don't think it's something you would normally do, is why he's making a big deal about it. Or just that you just did it and he's trying to associate that event with him, so you'll know these messages are fit. But he's kind of kidding you about that. And let's see what else. He's acknowledging what a beautiful family you've built for yourself. He said, I always envy that a bit, that you seem to be so solid in your relationships and your family. And not envied in a jealous kind of way, just, you know, he wishes he could have had that too. He dreamt about that. But he's very happy that you had that, and he's kind of saying you were my role model in that. You were my role model in that your family, you had a good, strong family. Yeah, you had your challenges and your ups and downs, but you always seem to manage to work it out, and he admired that about you. I'm just sorry, y'all. Just trying to tune in here. I'm trying to get this message clear. He's showing me, I don't know if he's them or you or both of you did this together. Something about standing in your yard and looking over the hedges, like, let's see what's going on in that yard, or you're making fun of the neighbor, or something like that, or something to do with hedges, shrubs that are tall, and you kind of have to stand and look over them like that, like you would the top of a fence or something. And something about a pool. Maybe you were looking into the neighbor's yard because they have a pool, and you were saying, yeah, maybe we'll build one of those one day. Why don't you put a pool in your backyard? Maybe it was something to do with that. See if there's anything else. Okay, and so you must have shared, I don't know if this is Little League or pro ball or high school or college, I don't know, but he's saying something about go Giants, go Giants. So I presume that's some kind of a sports team, that will mean something to you as well. Okay. He's saying, yes, nailed it. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, that's a wrap, as they say in some industries. That's all I have for you, and I hope this message finds its way to the person that it's meant for. He just wants you to know he's checking in, he's looking in on you, and to not feel any sense of guilt at all. That, again, he never thought that. He doesn't want you to think that. Okay, my friends, well, that's a wrap for me. Thank you all for being here, and again, I'd be so grateful if you would hit that like button, make a comment. I do try to respond to my comments. It may take me a couple of days, but I try to get there. And stay tuned. I'll be doing more readings. Maybe I'll be reading for your loved one. And if anybody's interested in a private reading, I'm opening up a few slots. Just shoot me an email. That's in the description box below. Okay, thank you guys. Hope to talk to you or see you soon, or you see me, or however that goes. Many blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.